Go. Hello.
Hello, hello.
So today we're gonna talk about 6 interesting articles. First one, Paraguay to unveil Bitcoin legislation next month. South American country joins a growing faction of Bitcoin believers in the region. So it sounds like also Paraguay is getting into the Bitcoin train. At least they're interested in getting into the Bitcoin train. It has still to be decided, and it looks like July is gonna be the month when they decide. This would add another country if this legislation would pass and they would, embrace Bitcoin. This would add yet another country to the list of countries that are supporting Bitcoin. Right now, we only have El Salvador that has Bitcoin as legal tender, but it looks like the next movers could be potentially Paraguay. Do you have any comments on this news? Anything that you want to add
Well,
about it?
yeah, it's the same thing we've been saying. Other countries are looking into it. If they actually adopt it too, then the El Salvador news might actually turn into something big. Right now, it's still kind of we're just waiting and see. Not really much to say.
And then we have Grayscale is exploring 13 more investment products, including ones for Solana and Polygon. So it looks like Grayscale is getting interested into adding more, let's say, investment products. We would call them like derivatives, really, of this underlying assets. It looks like in the list we have Solana, Polygon. We have 1-inch Banker Curve, Internet Computer, Kava, Kyber Network, Loopring, Near, RAN, Universal Market Access, or it's well known as UMA, and 0x. So it looks like they might potentially add these 13 new investment products. So that would definitely bring a lot of heat to these projects because they would then be also traded on the normal, let's say normal, not really normal, in the stock market. So this is definitely bullish news for altcoins in general, because the more people know about other cryptocurrencies that are not Bitcoin or not Ethereum, because Ethereum is kind of becoming a little bit more of a big house name. These are really kind of small, other than Polygon and Solana, which are well known in the cryptocurrency space. Some of these tokens are less well known, such as UMA. Not a lot of people know about it. Another one that is kind of not looked at as much is Curve, even though a lot of people use Curve Finance. So it's they're definitely all good projects. It looks like, and it looks like in February they also said that they were considering launching 23 new products, including Uniswap, Chainlink, Polkadot, and so this adds, basically these other tokens add to a growing list of altcoins that are being considered by Grayscale. So this is definitely bullish news for altcoins. What do you think about it?
I think this really speaks to the direction cryptocurrency is going in general. It used to be like the crypto asset was Bitcoin. Nobody really looked at anything else. And everyone was trying to figure out, where does Bitcoin fit? Is it a commodity? Is it a currency? But now people are starting to accept that cryptocurrency is a class of its own, and there's more than just Bitcoin. And yeah, these are some of the best projects, some of the best up and coming projects. Solana and Polygon are two of the biggest networks in crypto right now. And yeah, just giving more investors access to this, more investors coming into it, it really is helping this be established as its own asset class. Like, you'll have commodities, you have currencies, you have stocks, and you have cryptocurrencies. And yeah, it's pretty exciting.
It really is, and what I would love to see is also the decoupling between Bitcoin and altcoins, but it's probably far, far away from
Oh,
happening.
you don't even have that in the stock market though. Like, I mean, when Apple tanks, a lot of other stocks tank too, right? So I
Yeah,
mean, there's
but
always going to be some correlation there.
yeah, that's definitely that's the case. But let's say if Apple drops because they have let's say bad earnings, it doesn't necessarily imply that Tesla is gonna drop too. So
Sure.
we kind of have to weigh things a little bit differently than we're doing right now, because right now if Bitcoin would dip, even though all the other projects are doing fine, they just go down like rocks, even more than Bitcoin, even though they really have, other than being in the cryptocurrency sphere, they really have nothing to do with Bitcoin, and they do completely different things. So
Now, ETH, they have a lot to do with. At least not all of them, but some of them. Like Polygon, it runs on the ETH network. So,
yeah. Like that's a little bit of a different scenario.
Right.
All right. Saylor dismisses talk that MicroStrategy shareholders are concerned with Bitcoin buys, and basically what this article is basically in essence saying is that Michael Saylor said that shareholders are happy. Well, if you look at the MicroStrategy chart, I see why they are happy. So the Bitcoin buys that he carried out are definitely benefiting shareholders until Bitcoin keeps on going up, and then it's gonna be, of course, a detriment for MicroStrategy and MicroStrategy shareholders. So until we see a prolonged bear market, I don't think that no one is really complaining that much at the moment. Like they saw Bitcoin going from 10,000. Where their average is still at 24,000, if I remember correctly. Probably is going to be moved up a little bit by the new buys. So I don't think that's they are complaining at the moment. Until we go below that threshold, then I think that the complaints are going to be are going to start coming in. If we do that, of course, we might not do it. It really depends on what Bitcoin price action will do, and people will start complaining when Bitcoin is going down, and they will be happy when Bitcoin goes up, of course, right?
Right. I mean, if you look at MicroStrategy's chart too, it looks a little bit more bullish than Bitcoin right now. So I don't really think people are that concerned about it. But, Bitcoin is what made MicroStrategy come back. It provides them. It made them a much bigger company than they were before. So I mean, it makes sense that he's doing everything he can to defend Bitcoin.
Of course. And then we get into angry Aussie crypto investor Bitcoin class action. And basically, we had a lot of troubles using Binance during like major dips or major moves in the market. That's always been a case with crypto exchanges in general, that you have, if you're not trading using API, you have big trouble. And even sometimes with API, you still have trouble trading, because there's so many people that are either logging in or trying to trade while massive moves are happening, that even Binance can't keep up with that volume of traffic happening all at the same time. And yes, I agree with the fact that is a big issue, and maybe traders should be compensated in a sense when something like that happens. But it's really like they're trying really their best to keep their services as good as possible. So yes, there are motivations behind some sort of class action lawsuit against Binance. But we have to kind of understand that the market really had a massive growth, and massive growth of users happened as well of crypto exchanges, and having a business that as big as Binance and having to keep up with such a big demand, it's not easy. It's not easy. So I see both sides. I see the problem of traders themselves that are, having issues with being able to place market buys and market sells during high volatile times. That is a problem. API access to exchanges can really help, can really have a positive effect on your ability to trade. So if you want to know and have longer, have the ability to trade even in this high volatile times, setting up a terminal with API keys can be helpful in a sense. So definitely newsworthy, but we already know that these problems have been occurring and will probably keep on occurring, unfortunately. So what do you think about it?
Welcome to crypto. We don't have good exchanges here, right? Binance is just one of the better exchanges, sure. But Coinbase, they go down every single time. People don't use BitMEX anymore because of their overload feature happened like almost every day. Yeah, like there was an issue where I remember one time on Deribit where they got some API feed wrong and just liquidated everyone. Yeah, like welcome to crypto, man. The exchanges don't work when you need them to the most, so you got to plan accordingly.
Yep, but we have to also consider the fact that if you have like proper risk management and you're using stop losses
Right.
in like risky trades, you gotta have those. Like you either gotta have those or you're gonna use API access to your exchanges. So then whatever happens to the front end of the Binance website, you can still trade, which is a major plus. Of course, APIs have maintenance time. API keys and API access trading has maintenance times, but if you keep track with that, you can properly evaluate things. Of course, it's Binance fault, like they should be providing a service that is 100%, but you have to also consider like they are the biggest exchange, and maybe sometimes they do not expect such big inflows of users all at the same time. And sometimes even YouTube crashes. So even Google servers have an hard time sometimes. So it's not. I don't think they're doing it on purpose. That's my thinking. I think it's just happening because everyone is panicking at certain times, and everyone is logging into the exchanges to sell. So it is what it is. But you gotta get used to it, unfortunately. And yeah. Then we have our big friend from 2017, Mr. John McAfee, says the feds seized all his assets. I have no hidden crypto. I have nothing. I regret nothing. Like, of course, coming out like a champ, always saying I regret nothing. I'm positive that he still has crypto somewhere. I'm positive, like not 100%, but 99.5%. I'm positive that he still has some crypto hidden somewhere. And why would it not, really? Why would it not? And in fact, the US believes I have hidden crypto. I wish I did. It has dissolved through the many hands of Team McAfee. Your belief is not required. And my remaining assets are all seized. My friends evaporated through fear of association. I have nothing, yet I regret nothing. And he came out also with like a statement saying that I once said everything after uncountable lawsuits and the reach of feds. I now have nothing, but inside the prison bars, I never felt more free. The things you believe you own, in reality, own you. That's a quite a deep statement coming from Mr. McAfee. So yeah,
Sounds like Coke.
yeah, sounds like it.
I mean, he probably has hidden crypto, and he probably regrets a lot. So he's just talking big because that's all he has right now.
I'd say so. And then we have another one of those crypto scams. Co-owner of Mirror Trading International poses plan to liquidate the Bitcoin scam outfit. So basically, this is one of the other news that are coming out after companies that were involved in like some sort of Ponzi schemes. Then now are they now are concerned about liquidating assets because maybe it's not gonna be a good thing for the members of the Ponzi scheme. Maybe waiting could be helpful. There's basically it's not that big of a news, but definitely interesting seeing that they are opposing liquidating Bitcoin. So it's interesting. Do you have anything to add about this news?
I mean, it's just there's always going to be more scammers, man. I mean, not really much to say.
Always gonna be more scammers. So let's get into the charts. It looks like Dixie is coming up. Bitcoin is moving on the move down. Still holding around point of control, which is quite bullish of this consolidation. In a sense, we're really trying really hard trying to hold around this region. There's fears that Bitcoin could potentially fall below 34,000, meaning that we would potentially attempt a move lower. Sentiment is still tends to be bullish on Bitcoin still. We haven't had a move that justifies fearing lower prices at the moment, because we're still holding above point of control. So it's just a waiting game, really, just a waiting game. And if you are betting upside, then definitely getting in some fills at lower levels can be helpful. The question is, are we gonna be able to pull through from this dip? What is the weekend? What type of impact is this weekend gonna have on price action? Because it tends to be negative during the weekends. So maybe being able to get in a lower prices for longs might be not bad. The level that I'm watching at for is 34,602. Breaking that low wouldn't be good at all on my side. But the range still remains the same, between 30,000 and 40,000. We have been kind of hovering around this range for the last month, a little bit more than a month probably already. We entered this range on the 19th, and yeah, we're getting closer to a month. So it's been one straight month of consolidation. Could potentially be seen as accumulation. We don't know yet, because we haven't broken in one side or the other. Whenever we're gonna have that decisive break, either above $42,000 or below $30,000, we will have definitely a different type of bias. There is always the chance that to the downside you do get that little last, push for liquidity, where you push below the range and then you just quickly start moving back above it, and that would be the most bullish outcome of this consolidation, in my opinion. Where you do go down, you swiftly pull back up, get back into the range and start moving up. That would be like one hell of a bottom signal for me, especially. Ethereum on the down move, down 4%, around 4% today. We are breaking below a significant level at the moment. Like, we're attempting a break below a significant level, which was the previous low that we made on the 12th of June at 22,060.5. So that's gonna be definitely a level to watch. But still, also Ethereum kind of in a range itself, nothing to get out of bed for. Looks like the Dixie is on the move up, and most of the market seems to be red. Even the S&P down 1% at an open down, a gap down, which isn't healthy at all. But maybe we'll get a rally at the open of the market. It looks like they're trying to hold it. Overall, markets not looking too bullish today. Not looking too bullish. And Bitcoin dominance is moving up as well. So, yeah, nothing much is happening. But we will see during the weekend what happens. And Monday is going to be probably a big day for crypto in general. And we'll see basically the direction of the week. So, I guess good luck trading. And do you have anything to add about the chart?
Yeah, I mean, to me, we're still stuck in the range. Nothing has really happened. We just tested the top, so maybe we come back down to test the bottom. I'm looking at this as an opportunity to fill some buys. Yeah, like I still think odds are to the upside when we break out of here. After that, I don't know. It depends on how high we're able to get. There's a lot of shorts to be squeezed. The longer we stay in this range, the more shorts we accumulate to squeeze. But if we break down, then yeah, we got to plan accordingly. I got my downside targets. I'm looking to, yeah, probably de-risk a lot if we start to break down from this, because that's not a good sign at all. For ETH, I think we could come down to around 2K. I think that's pretty likely now. That's where I'm looking to fill some buys down there. And if we fail that, I'm looking around 1620. So, yeah.
All right. I guess that's it for today. And we're going to see each other tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.